I'm Johnny Price with the Caleb Group here in Greenville, South Carolina, and this is another of our Talking Head film analyses, where we are not so much concerned with how good a film might be as we are with the ideas within the film. The Adjustment Bureau stars Matt Damon and Emily Blunt as two people who are by chance thrown together inside a men's bathroom, inside a large hotel, and then later discover themselves sitting next to each other on a bus. And they begin to think that perhaps they were meant for each other. However, there is a group of sinister-looking men, all wearing dark suits and hats, who are determined to keep these two apart. It seems that the life purpose of this young lady will not be fulfilled if she marries the young man, and vice versa. Now, cutting to the chase, the men with the dark suits and the hats, they are angels. And they work for someone that they refer to as the chairman. And of course, it increasingly becomes obvious that that is a reference to God. Now, the job of these angels, these men, is to keep the chairman's plans for individuals or corporations or nations, in other words, all of the details of the grand plan, on course, by making sure that by no fluke of an individual exercising his or her free will in a significant way would throw the grand plan off course. If and when that happens, then the Adjustment Bureau, the men with the dark suit and the hats, yes, well, then they have to take the steps necessary to put things back on their proper course. Believe it or not, this is a film about theology, and it represents a form of what is known as process theology. Now, process theology maintains that God is not omniscient. He's not all-knowing. And therefore, he has to make adjustments along the way as the events of history unfold, whether they be the events within an individual's life or worldwide events on a global scale. He has to always scramble to keep up with things to make sure that the world doesn't completely fall apart. And he does so with the help of the Adjustment Bureau, according to this film. Now, in addressing the ancient mystery of fate, which has little or no actual meaning, the question of fate versus free will, the film runs clearly contrary to the teachings of the Christian scriptures, especially when it comes to the nature of God. God is, according to the Bible, and I agree, completely sovereign, totally in control over his entire universe. Nothing takes him by surprise. He'll never be wringing his hands, wondering what to do over some unforeseen event. Nothing happens unless he causes it to happen or he allows it to happen for his good purposes. He is completely sovereign. At the same time, each individual is morally responsible for the decisions that they make. It cannot be avoided that one of the great mysteries of the Christian faith is how the sovereignty of God and the free will of people work together in God's universe. But I do not believe, whatever the answer is, that God requires an adjustment bureau. I'm Johnny Price. This has been another of our Talking Head film analyses.